Today we're in the White Mountains, Arizona, which is much cooler up here than in downtown Phoenix. When I reach out to a nonprofit to provide service to them, I always like to have a connection with that specific nonprofit, and today is no different.
My name is Claire Thomas, and I'm the Executive Director of the H.O.R.S.E Historical Society Museum in Shoalo, Arizona.
How long have you lived in Shoalo?
I was born and raised here in Shoalo. I was born in Snowflake because Shoalo did not have a hospital when I was born. Okay. And my family lived down in Linden on our ranch property. Born the end of January, and so they were attempting to come from Linden out to State Highway 77 to make it to McNary. That was the nearest hospital. But as you noted, you had gone through the southern part of the White Mountains. Well, ironically, it snows a whole lot more the higher elevation you go, and so they couldn't make it, and so they had to turn and go to Snowflake. So I was born in Snowflake. Yeah, and I also graduated high school in Snowflake because Shoalo didn't have a high school. In 1994, when the city of Shoalo moved out of the West Side building, then the Historical Society, we had been established since 1991, and we had just been actively looking for a building that we could establish ourselves in. And so in 1994, when the city moved out, then the Historical Society formed a lease with the city of Shoalo because they owned the building. And then we moved in 1994. So I've been associated with the museum since its conception 30 years ago, or establishment in this building. I've been the director for 14 years now. So over the course of the years, we just had that west side with the two hallways, which I had shared with you earlier. Oh gosh, okay then. Well, all right then. You can edit that out, or you can leave it in. Anyway, oh man, I lost my train of thought for sure. So we had the west side until 2008, and so there were just a few rooms over there. But when the city offices and the PD moved out, as a society, it was a mess. It was a mess, and as the society, we said, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Because we didn't have any money for renovations or anything. And one of the founding members, Jackie Solomon, recommended that we leave the offices intact, but then community families, if they chose to, could come forward and adopt a room. And in doing that, they would renovate the room, new carpeting, painting, cleaning, whatever it needed, other than electrical. We left the electrical alone. And so that's what the board decided to do. And then it renovated, and they brought their family heirlooms in. And so that's how the family rooms came about, and it's worked really well for us. Most of our visitors absolutely love going through the 17 rooms that we have here because they're all different. When you were here with Kathy the other day, I was able to share with her mother's green stamps. And they're in the kitchen, the Borrego family kitchen. So even though it may have a family name, doesn't mean that every item in that room belongs to that family. We've just been able over the last 30 years to build upon the theme of those 17 rooms. So that really is my favorite part of my job, is helping families rediscover their heritage.
Looking through the museum after my interview with Claire Thomas, I wasn't looking for trinkets or donations. I was looking for connection, and boy, did I find it. I found it when I walked over to the other side and saw the jail cell. Nearby, there were pictures of the Shoalo marshals and rangers from the 18 and 1900s, along with an old police book. As I turned to leave, something caught my eye. A glass case, a shadow box on the wall. Inside was the story of Officer Darrin Lee Reed. He was an Air Force veteran and a dedicated public safety officer who served in the Shiloh Police Department. His end of watch was November 8th, 2016. He was killed in the line of duty a few months away from his retirement. It didn't just catch my attention, it grieved my soul. I am the daughter of a New York City mounted police officer who served for 22 years. My father had the same partner and the same horse for that entire time. And that fact is a rarity now in America. I grew up knowing what that life is, what the training demands, and the kind of passion it takes to put your life on the line every single day to protect a town, a city, or this country, America. But I didn't expect to find that mirror of my own life here in Shiloh. Seeing Officer Darrin Reed's Air Force uniform with his name and the eagle in the back, and that going back to that glass case in the foyer to read the names of the other officers killed in the line of duty, including Darrin's, it brought it all into focus. While I believe we transition back to the spiritual realm rather than facing a final death, there's still a deep heartache when a life of service is cut short. My father transitioned a few years ago, after nearly 70 years of service, first as an Army veteran, then as a New York City police officer, then as an Arizona town marshal. And standing there, the weight of it all, the badge, the duty, the service, and the sacrifice, it was very heavy. As I was walking out the door, I saw it was pouring rain. It was thundering and lightning outside. Rather than driving, I sat in my car and I cried. We live in a world where people are easily triggered, react, yell, judge, and disregard the people who stand on that line. Whether it's here in a small town like Shiloh or back in the Big Apple, these officers are out there doing the work. They're protecting us. They're protecting our families, our neighbors, our friends. That kind of commitment should earn respect. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Not hate. I'm going to be sharing more videos about Officer Darrin Lee Reed on this channel. As the daughter of a New York City police officer, a Navy veteran, and a first responder, I know the truth of what these men and women give. It's time we honor that. And if for some reason you have no respect for our first responders, you might want to ask yourself, why don't you respect them? Because in reality, if you don't respect them or respect another person, there literally is no way that you could respect yourself either. If you are looking for a way to turn that respect into action, Officer Reed's widow, Kathy, established the Darrin Reed Foundation in his memory. They work directly with the Shiloh Police Department to provide gift cards for anyone struggling, whether it's a neighbor, a local, or even a tourist passing through. Plus, they also offer scholarships for students dedicated to pursuing studies in criminal justice, law enforcement, or any field related to public service. They've been doing this work since 2018, and they need our help to keep it going. If you can find it in your heart to support a hero's legacy and help the people who serve us, please donate. The link is in the description, and they are a verified, vetted nonprofit. I am the Solution Horse, H.O.R.S.E. Thank you so much for being here and for subscribing. I appreciate you. Until we meet again on the next video, toodaloo!